Hello, everyone, and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I hope you're sitting down for this. We are now about to embark on a journey. We're about to go down the rabbit hole. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean? Well, when one goes down the rabbit hole and it comes to the internet, you keep looking for things and looking and searching, and eventually days, weeks, months pass by, and you have no idea what the hell you were looking for originally. Rather than doing that, we'll do it for you. So welcome to the first episode of the new Geek Gods podcast, Down the Rabbit Hole. We used to be called Around the Net, but apparently another organization had that name, so we changed it. I'm your host, Ashish Thomas, with me,
Glenn Wolf.
And we're going to take you on this journey.
A rabbit hole is a hole dug by a rabbit. But the meaning of rabbit hole changed after Alice fell in it. The Matrix is a remake and Morpheus is the rabbit. Keanu Reeves is Alice and the Queen is Agent Smith. Rabbit holes are caused by hallucinogens like peyote.
So recently it was revealed that, in happy news, that Sir Ian Fleming has been dead for 50 years. You might be asking yourself, why is that happy news? Well, apparently copyright law is such that after someone's been dead for 50 years, you can take their life's work and trample on it all you want.
Bond. James Bond.
Apparently, you don't have to have a copyright. It runs out in certain places in the world. Not in America or the United States or places that matter, or the UK, but other places where they can make Turkish copyrights of certain things. So in Canada, apparently the copyright has run out. And we looked. There's been a certain history with Bond and Canada over the years, which is kind of funny. So there's been a story on the Global News CA. Glenn, I don't know if you've heard this, but apparently they put this article out when Spectre came out, the new movie.
Yeah. That
Ian Fleming's idea for Bond came from a spy by the name of William Stephenson. He was from Canada. He was a spy all over the world.
Right.
He's believed to be the one who inspired Ian Fleming to make Bond.
Interesting.
Funny thing about that is Ian Fleming has never admitted to that. Ian Fleming said it's based on other people he's met while he was in the Navy. An amalgamation of sorts. I tend to believe Ian Fleming because I can't imagine Bond being Canadian. No offense to our Canadian brotherhoods out there, but Bond is debonair. Bond is a certain mystique about Bond where I don't know if a Canadian super spy could pull it off. Now, we don't want to get hate mail, but if you want to send hate mail to us, send it to thegarbagedumpster.gmail.com. Again, garbagedumpster@gmail.com. Send all your hate mail there. No, garbagedumpster.ca. But apparently he's been known. There's a few words that describe this guy. The most famous Winnipegger. He's from Manitoba. Are those words really real?
I don't know.
Anyhow, but because all Sir William Stephenson's activities are basically under wraps because of what he did as a secret agent spy, we'll never know if this is true or not. But it's kind of funny how Bond, it might be funny that Bond's basis might be Canadian.
Right. It's unexpected. No offense.
No offense to our Canadian brothers up north. We love you guys. Well, we like you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're not in love. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, we might. Some of us may think we should have taken you guys over years ago, but that's here nor there. You know, we might be jealous of your free healthcare and maple syrup and Molson and hockey. Don't forget hockey. So, recently, in other news, since Sir Ian Fleming is dead, the two Canadian filmmakers by the name of Lee DeMarbe and Ian Driscoll are looking to remake the Bond film For Your Eyes Only. They acknowledge that this might be a long shot because they probably wouldn't be able to get United States or UK distribution for the film, so it might be hard to fund them. They're looking for funding. So it kind of got us to thinking, what would a Canadian Bond film look like? What would a all Canadian cast look like for Bond? And we have a couple different ideas of who could play Bond, who could play different things. So for Bond, this is all Canadian. So basically, we understand that they can pick anyone they can want, but we're making it all Canadian cast. We're going down that rabbit hole.
All right.
So
Let's do it.
For Bond, there's a couple great choices. There's Ryan Reynolds, there's Ryan Gosling, and there's Taylor Kitsch. There's Stephen Amell. There's Ellen Page. I would like to throw Ellen. I think she would be a good Bond. I think she can portray it pretty well. There's Rachel McAdams, who could also play Bond. I don't know if she'd be able to pull it. I can't really see her as the Bond role. I can see Ellen more in the Bond role than I see Rachel McAdams.
Agreed.
But then we get to thinking, who could play Q, the gadget guy? I would think Michael Cera with Jay Baruchel. Those two actors could definitely play Q.
Right.
But it's funny, if they go another way with Bond, Seth Rogen is Canadian.
Right.
And he got pretty cut for a Green Hornet. What do you think?
I think I could see it maybe a comedy take on Bond with Seth Rogen. I don't know.
It would be funny. I mean, come on, make him the super Canadian super spy as Bond.
Right.
What are they trying to do? Protect, we'll get into that later. We'll have our pitches later for our Bond film, but
it'd be like a Canadian Austin Powers.
Yeah, but I don't think we want to see that. Although Mike Myers is Canadian.
There you go.
Mike Myers is Canadian.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we were thinking for Q, for Moneypenny, or M, I would have to go. Not that many people could pull it off, but I think Alan Thicke. Yes, that Alan Thicke could possibly pull it off. Michael J. Fox is another possibility. I don't know if I'd really see him as a Moneypenny type, though. William Shatner. You got to go comedic. You got to figure out a respected actress to do it. Villain, I think of a father-son team-up for the villain, as Donald Sutherland as the head of the villain organization, or playing like a Dr. No type, and then Kiefer playing a henchman.
I could see that.
The head henchman,
Yeah.
And then maybe the Amell brothers as their evil, the guys who could basically get it done. Now, here's funny. For Bond Girl, this is one I had enormous pleasure in looking at. I don't know why. A name from the past that I haven't heard a lot about in a while, Nelly Furtado.
Oh my God.
I think she could pull a good Bond Girl. I think she'd be good. Pamela Anderson. Or Laura Vandervoort. I can't pronounce her name.
Don't worry about it.
She played the original Supergirl in Smallville. She could be Bond Girl. Now, this is what's cool. Which Canadian artist would you want to do the Bond theme? Now, my choices here are Avril Lavigne.
I'm going to go with Bryan Adams.
He's a treasure. He's a national treasure. Drake. Joni Mitchell. Celine Dion. That would be epic. As much as we hate the Titanic theme, I think her doing a Bond theme, the Canadian Bond theme, would be hilarious and epic.
I could see that.
Justin Bieber.
Oh,
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
They have also the artist known as The Weeknd, who's Canadian. Matthew Good Band. It's not a band anymore, but Matthew Good can probably do the... So there's a bunch of options for the theme.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny how... that's our all-Canadian cast for Bond.
Right.
Donald Sutherland could play Moneypenny, but I'd rather see him as a villain. You need a strong villain. Head of the villain organization. I think Donald Sutherland could pull that off.
He can. I mean, his role in Mockingjay, was like he made a good bad guy in that one. So
he can do anything. Have you ever seen Animal House? His role in Animal House is freaking hilarious. He didn't really say anything. I don't think he ever said a word in that movie.
Wow. So
I think he
just his presence.
It was just his presence on the motorcycle. Yeah. Wow. I never thought about that. So, it's kind of funny, yeah. So that's our cast. Let us know what you think at garbageatthedumpster at gmail.ca. So, with that, let's go into the movies now. So, there's some famous Bond movies. Let's Canadian it up. Canadian it up.
We'll make it Canada.
Canada it up. So, sorry for the typing, people. Let me just pull this up. So, Bond films. So, let's go through a couple of them. From Russia with Love. From America with Like.
Yeah.
Canada, you're like our weird cousin up north. We just tolerate.
Right. From America with Tolerate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tolerate. Goldfinger. Maple syrup finger. That's sticky.
Maple finger.
There you go. Maple finger. Or Goldfinger, Looney Finger, and the former actress in that was the
Toonie Finger.
Toonie Finger. The Bond girl in that film was known as Pussy Galore. We'll call her
Beaver Galore. Beaver Plenteous.
Beaver. Yes, there you go. We created a new character, Beaver Plenteous. Porn companies hire us to write your scripts.
Yeah,
Come on.
Or titles.
Scripts or titles, whatever. So we'll look down further as we go. Thunderball. Thunderball A.
Thunderball A. Thunderball A.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service. On Her Majesty's Mounted Service. Wow, that could be a porn title, or that could be a regular Bond film. But see, with Bond, you could always get away with that because you have to be campy.
Right.
Somewhat. There's a fine line.
Right.
It's diamonds are forever. Petrol isn't. I don't know. I just crashed.
Diamonds are forever. Eh?
Molson is forever.
Oh.
It's just funny how live and let die, eh? The man with the golden gun. The man with the loony gun. That could be a title for our current gun battle in America.
Or the loony with the golden gun.
Loony with the golden gun. Loony eye. Just a crazy man with an eye. The golden eye. Oh, man. Or maple eye. That's sticky.
Yeah.
I can't see with that. The spy who loved me. The spy who liked me. Eh? As friends. Because we're friendly. Sorry, eh?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Octopussy. Octobeaver.
Octobeaver.
Octobeaver. We're Canadianing this up, people. So, in our theory with Bond is that instead of working for Her Majesty's Secret Service, she works for the Her Majesty's Secret Mountie Service. They always get their man. Or woman, I guess.
Yeah.
And going with that, we're also going to go through some... I know How I Met Your Mother made this Canadian website, Canadian Sex Acts, so we're going to go through these sex acts, and we're going to see which ones would Bond do compared to going through? These are Canadian. It's CanadianSexActs.org. The reverse Rick Moranis. I think you might have to have a cameo of Rick Moranis.
I can't picture it, and I don't think I want to picture it.
So he'd be a good Q. Actually, thinking about it, Rick Moranis would be a good Q.
In a comedy, Bond film with Seth Rogen playing Bond, I could see that.
The Montreal Meat Pie. The Saskatoon Totem Pole. I could see the Musty Goaltender. Well, how would that work? The Musty Goaltender. The Squatting Eskimo. The Sticky Flapjack. The Newfoundland Lobster Trap. That sounds more like an STD. That sounds more like an STD than anything else. The Newfoundland Monster Trap?
Yeah.
Lobster Trap?
Yeah.
I don't want to get that. The Manitoba Milk Bag. The Two-Handed Zamboni. The Sneaky Slow Plow.
The Sticky Flapjack could probably be in Maple Finger.
The Full Mountie can be in all the movies. We just did the Full Mountie. The Sloppy Dog Sled. Oh,
yeah.
I did her on. Poor dogs. Oh. The Halifax Fudge Badger. We didn't ask the question. Would 2 girls, 1 Stanley Cup?
Oh my god.
The Brown Icicle. I don't even want to know. Is that a euphemism for something? What is that a euphemism for? The Brown Icicle.
I don't want to think about it.
I think you're thinking about it.
Now you got me. I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
The Frosty Mitten Job. The Edmonton Soiler.
That is great.
The Northwest Passage. Sorry, Kanye.
Oh man.
Don't sue us. We didn't write this. But if you want to see these acts, it's from How I Met Your Mother, and it's www.canadiansexacts.org. So would Bond? I think Bond would do some of these acts.
Possibly.
Possibly. So for me, I think the one thing I would think for a Bond film, the Stanley Cup goes missing, and Justin Bieber is kidnapped, and that's how we start. The only person that can find it is Bond. The only thing that can save Justin Bieber is Bond. But Bieber would have to die in this film.
Right.
There wouldn't be any. Sorry about that. That's the Canadian police calling me, asking me to write this film.
All right.
But it's so basically you'd have to find it. So one way or another, people would die. Give everyone what they wanted.
Right.
We're not dead. Maybe maimed, never could sing again. Oh man, could you imagine what Drake's theme would be? I started from the bottom, now I'm here. With Bond just being like, I started on the bottom, and you see the guy in the Mountie helmet showing to the Mounted Police. Now he's James Bond, all debonair. I don't know. It's just funny to us. So we're gonna go through some Canadian terms now and what they mean. Okay, so here are some real Canadian terms, and we're going to go through some sentences to go through them. Okay, so Chesterfield, it's your grandma's couch. James Bond did Bond Girl on Grandma's Chesterfield while Grandma watched.
Beaver galore.
Beaver galore, and James Bond had a kerfuffle on the Chesterfield. While Grandma watched.
That's just creepy.
It is. It's funny. So Chesterfield is a couch in your grandma's living room. Kerfuffle, which is another word we just showed there. It's basically just like a fight, a slugfest in hockey. It's not really, it's more a commotion or a fuss, often caused by a disagreement.
Right.
And that would be one big disagreement with Beaver galore. I'd like to have a kerfuffle with her. And then James gave her the whitener. Wait a minute. We're not that kind of... Whoa. Whitener means cream, non-dairy creamer.
Wow.
That's what they call whitener. Seriously,
Interesting.
Canadians? That's
So
what
I guess Bond gave her a double-double.
he took her to Cowtown. He took her all the way to Cowtown. Cowtown is actually a town in Alberta, Canada. That's what they call it, Cowtown. We're not making... These are actually real Canadian terms, people. We're not really making these up. A term used to describe Calgary, Alberta. Surprisingly often used by a person who actually live in Calgary, Alberta. Because the only people that know about this term are the people that live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I think one of the most famous residents of Calgary, Alberta, Canada was Chris Benoit. Let's not go there. I think I need a Mickey right now, buddy.
Yeah.
If you have any, let's put it on.
We'll pour.
Or a 2-4 of Molson.
2-4.
I can drink a 2-4 of Molson right now. So, and remember, don't be a keener. Listen to our podcast more and more. A keener's a brown noser. I can say that because I have a brown nose. Realistically, I have a brown nose. But do you think Canadian Bond would be a good idea? I think we just went down the rabbit hole with this.
I think it's a great idea, but I think it would be an excellent comedy, and you'd add in all these things, and it would just be... It sounds like it would be hysterical.
But would it just be, like you said, would it just be Austin Powers?
No, because the Bond would have a Canadian accent and speak. It wouldn't be British, and it would add a whole new take on Bond. It would be great.
For some reason, when I picture him in comedy, I picture the actor who played Mr. Bean as Bond.
Oh, that would be. I mean, that'd be amazing. But slapsticky. I think I could see it like that.
All right, so we're gonna go with that, and thank you guys for listening. This is our take on Canadian Bond, and as you see, we went down the rabbit hole with this all the way, casting it, coming up with Canadian names for the films, and giving you some knowledge about Canadian sex acts and terms. This is basically what the show is about: Canadian. Going down the rabbit hole. See, I just went down the rabbit hole myself.
Yeah.
Again, I'm Ashish Thomas.
I'm Glenn Wolfe.
And this is Down the Rabbit Hole.